Jack, your I think your subscription is gonna expire soon. You know, the it's gonna renew, attempt to renew, and it won't renew because it's on the old non-working membership platform. So when it does, don't panic and just sign up for a new trial. It'll take you to the new system and go through that process, and you'll be okay. Anyway, I think it's gonna be today or this week or something. All right. Oh boy, my dog is flipping out. Not really my dog. Daughter's dog. But I've grown to love the thing. The annoying thing. All right, let me refresh Stock Market Chameleon and see if there's a car here. Toughen. Oh, that's buyout. Okay. That one. What was it? DC. Day 2 trading on DC. I don't think, momentum's going to follow through today because of the way the day outlook is. But, we want to stay on top of all opportunities at all times, all the time. Right? Yeah, my name is Evan Evans. It's true. Why? It's true, yes. A pretty unique name, I suppose. Like thoughts on Tilray? Very unprofitable company. Seems to be that all those pot stocks are. They don't seem to be very good businesses. If you're trying to trade, if you're trying to get some money out of them, make sure you're just trading a pop. Pipe. BBAI starting to run right now. BBAI, momentum stock. Cash available. Okay. Little position in that. Let's see where it goes. Watching BBAI, GHSI, IVDA, SAVE, MOBQ, and DC. Run on MOBQ seems to be over. All right, let's go over the market conditions. Got 20 minutes to the market open. And the market did drop yesterday, in part because of the Fed is starting to get more aggressive, and it's shocking the market a little bit. The amount of Well, the Fed is late to begin with. Should have been started its hiking of rates, as they call it, in December. Oops, hang on. Got to get some more on BBAI as it's starting to show momentum. But anyway, they should have started raising rates in December, or November, really. They were several months late. So they're trapped in a situation now with inflation. They're not able to counter it. And we've just had yield inversion, which signals an upcoming recession within the next 10 months. Can hold over 16 on BBAI, then and break new high, then that's an add point. But gold this morning is at 1930 and not spiking. So there's some optimism from investors, from institutional investors, it would appear. They'd be putting all their money into gold and defensives, and defensives are down. So it looks like that's not what's going on. Inflation, is up now to 10-year is up to 2.635. But financials are down, so that was just a broad market decline yesterday. Probably overcorrected in the financials, and there's a bit of an opportunity there for you. Lacking follow through on BBAI, so I'm thinning AI. MOBQ has been breaking down, failing retests multiple times over and breaking down. Let's see. So, and then the VIX, of course, has been rising to 23.43. Who picked up VIX calls when I mentioned it around 18.5? Hopefully you did. Well, hang on to those in case at some VIX gets over 25 or 30, you'll be able to sell them. And then on the momentum front, we have GHSI, IVDA, BBAI, which I'm getting all out of right now as it breaks below last candle's low. Save, Spirit Airlines, MOBQ, and DC we're watching this morning. The Qs, growth, likely need to get down into this range between the 21 moving average and the 50 moving average for a period, could be a day or longer. My dog is going crazy. Yes, I told people to buy VIX calls a couple days ago. Yes, last week I think it was. But yesterday as well, or the day before. Anyway, we need to get between the 21 and the 50 moving average on the Qs. So that puts us around between 355 and 350, 349 on the Qs. That's the range we're looking for it to chop around. There'll probably be some fake outs and breakouts, fake outs and fake downs, rather, in order to shake everybody out of their positions before we run again. If we're going to run again, that's going to be coming in. Shortest it could happen is tomorrow, or the end of the week, but likely it's going to be more the end of next week or the week after. So right now we're in corrective territory, and this is a great thing because now we're going to be able to see what stocks are going to be holding up the best during this corrective period, and we'll know that those are going to be the emerging leaders that are going to pull us right on out of the corrective period before the market even lags behind and comes out of the corrective period. So we'll be ready. Jake says he's up 292% on his account just by following the 1% rule, strictly since November. Very nice, Jake. Way to go. That's an amazing thing to report. You should go type something at some point today or when you feel inspired to in the testimonial section or the poster gain section. If you're not able to post in the testimonials section, you could just add in there a testimonial, and then I'll copy and paste it over to the testimonials section because that is beautiful. And that should be also a testimonial for people to take my market mastery, which is my video lessons, where I do teach the 1% rule, and it is part of, wrapped on top of many other video lessons and many other techniques for trading. You run the numbers, and if you increase that 1 to 1.5% or 2%, starts to break down and starts to not work out. 2.5% would pretty much ensure that you wipe out your account at some point in the future. So it's pretty critical that people don't take more than 1% risk per trade, and a lot of people don't understand what that means. They think they know what it means, but that's too bad. They don't know what it means pretty much. So if you'd like to learn what that means and how to do it, I do teach that in my market mastery. Anybody out there, if you want to send me a private message, I'll get you the link to my market mastery so you can learn more about trading and how to lose less and make more. Hey, somebody says, I believe will be red across more days in tech. Okay, it is easier, like even what I'm doing with the market, it is easier to make predictions about sectors, industry sectors, and the market than it is about individual stocks. But where the money is in predicting when individual stocks are going to run. And that's before the market runs, so that they can pull us out. If they're leaders, they can pull us out and be the first ones emerging from the bottom, corrective territory. That's what we do in a big part in our swing trading here. Make sure that we are on top of what's hot, what's going to be hot. Cameron, I'll make you co-host in case anything important comes up. And Rebecca, if you need to say anything, Mike, in case I miss it. Here. And looks like RJ couldn't join us this morning, or not yet. Carl says, congrats, Jake. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, NVIDIA was a leader and can be, but it's not acting as well as, let's say, Tesla. Really held this pullback. I mean, boy, has it held this pullback. Still in a high tight flag on Tesla. But compare that to NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA's broken down considerably. Apple holding fairly strong, not quite as strongly as Tesla, but probably second to Tesla. So it goes Tesla, Apple, as far as relative strength to the market right now. Tilray is up a little bit pre-market. We've got 11 minutes until the market opens, and I expect today to be corrective, more correction, growth. Probably will slow in value and become less broad-based. Yeah, so we did alert about the VIX calls a couple days ago, and hopefully got those. I spread those into my portfolio. Oh, here's another thing that's very important. The 10-year to 2-year curve has inverted in the last couple of days.
It's now at negative 0.01. But in the last couple days, it's been as low as negative 0.06 and negative 0.03. Oh, or maybe it settled at negative 0.01. So if that should break any lower, that would be a confirmation, for sure confirmation that this is not a blip, that we are trending into inverted territory on the 10 to 2-year rates. And what does that mean? Rate inversion has signaled recessions in the past. As you can see here, you have rate inversion right here, and 10 months later, recession hits. Before the last pandemic recession, if you want to call it that, we still kind of like haven't really had a real recession. We had a pandemic-induced recession. In other words, we didn't have a recession due to economic reasons on their own. We had, pandemic and catalyzed recession. So this is why we might be now running into an actual economic recession caused by economic matters. Okay, and then you see here also before the 2008 recession was yield inversion down here below the negative territory, and below this gray recession here in 2001, we had the yield inversion. Also in 91. I mean, every single time rates have gone negative on inversion and between the 10 and the 2-year, it has signaled a recession. So it's about 95% certain that within the next 10 months, we're going to have some kind of a minor recession to larger than that. It's not known whether it'll be large or small. So the way to play that during recessions is during pre-recessions, predictive recessions that are coming, is to slowly be moving into cash. Obviously, positions that are bubbling will continue to bubble. And so you want to stay in those because some of the best runs happen before crashes, like the bubble getting big, right? So you don't necessarily want to just like get out of the market, but you want to be watching very carefully everything that you're in, and little by little over the next 10 months getting out of everything, but also buying up ZROZ. So ZROZ and TLT, but ZROZ will provide you with a larger gain. What happens is when the recession hits, zeros will nearly double. So before recessions come, you want to start building up and amassing a position in bonds. Bonds double. Typically, they can go up 50% to double. The last one, they went up about 80% to double, somewhere in there. As you can see here, you would be buying it up even lower than we had before the last recession in 2020, the pandemic, at 137, and they spiked and held around 190. So, everybody's looking for what can you make money on if the market crashes? Well, you want to be in, gold and zeros and TLT. So that when this drop happens, all of your money doubles. And then, like a month or two later, you'll know when the market's bottoming, and that's when you'll exit all of your cash, all the bonds that you just doubled your money on, and you'll start buying up growth leaders. And then you go for a 1.5-year ride. So you just had kind of a practice run at that from 2020 to 2022. And so sometime perhaps around the end of this year, a crash or a recession may occur. Maybe it's going to be induced by real estate market. Who knows where it'll come from, but it'll be the shock will come from somewhere economic instead of pandemic, instead of an outside catalyst. And then it'll be a happy Christmas for you, or happy holidays to you as your bonds double. So little by little over this year, start buying up zeros and some TLT and some gold, and keep everything in those as we approach potential recession. That is the move.
All right, and then I also recommend you join my trading group if you're out there and you're not already in my training group, so that way I can keep you abreast of all those changes on a day-to-day basis. We do this every morning, and I can help keep you abreast of all the changes and the market changes. All right, so back to today. That's a great opportunity, though. Zeros are right now 127. Before the pandemic drop, they were 137. So you're in an even better spot now than before. And the idea is to, average in over the next 10 months. All right, the market's going to open in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. We're watching MOBQ, BBAI, SAVE, which is Spirit Airlines. Why don't they merge? They should all three merge. SAVE, Frontier, and the one that made the offer, I forget, but also Alaska. They should all just merge together. They're pretty much high coverage budget airlines. One that made the offer, JetBlue. So JetBlue and Frontier and Spirit should all merge together, in my opinion. That would just be good for them. But these are going to eventually be government. They already basically are government subsidized, bailed out entities because airlines are like a utility at this point. They're not profitable. I mean, they appear to be, but they're not because they go bankrupt and get bailed out every 10 to 20 years. Look it up. You'll see for yourself. Bankrupt airlines. Just about every airline that there ever was has gone bankrupt every 10 years or every 20 years and had to be bailed out for whatever reason. So, it's a utility. Airlines are a utility, and have to be something that's government subsidized at some point. I don't know why you would want to try and be an airline. At this point, unprofitable. The S&P 500, you need to follow the cues right now. The changes that really matter are happening in growth stocks. Qs, QQQ, NASDAQ, or NASDAQ Composite will give you the best guidance on that. All right, we've got 2 minutes to the market open. See what kind of alerts come up for us at the market open. This may be another strong drop day. So if you're looking to short today, that's your prerogative. You might want to short growth because that's where all the corrective activity is going on. QQQ. Tilray acting pretty hot this morning. Take a bite of that, and we'll see where that goes. Oh yeah, it's definitely choppy. Retracement trading is not recommended. Chop trading, I mean, you really need to be an experienced trader to make money consistently in retracement trading or counter trend trading or chop trading. Yeah, I noticed that. I know that's true about Brainerd. Yep. All right, 38 seconds to the market open. there's just a percentage of people who think, wow, what a great pullback yesterday. I'm going to be buying today, and sometimes they win. Sometimes the day becomes a green day, a buying day. And then the next day, they're like, oh shit. And we're down again. So you just never know. It's a 50-50 which way the market's going to go based on how it's been going in pre-market or the prior day. Yeah, absolutely, Mac. All right, market is open. eBuy not going anywhere. Tilray not really going anywhere either. MOBQ starting to move. I'm going to pick up a small position there. Tilray looking like it wants to fail out. Cutting my position in half over there. Ray, well, no, actually it's starting to gain momentum. It can break over 784. Add. Adding to MOBQ. Yeah, except my system didn't like that for some reason. And too over-allocated. Tilray starting to happen. Can it follow through? Let's see if my system will. Tilray likes Tilray, doesn't like MOBQ. Anybody in Tesla still? Gotta watch out on that one. Boy, PSA is sure holding strong today. It's another one as strong as Tilray, PSA. MOBQ failing out. Tilray tried, but it is failing. PSA may become a leader here. I'm going to be watching it for a few minutes here. All right, I'm all out of Tilray. Right. BBAI tried to move as well. Couldn't follow through. Neither could Tilray and neither could MOBQ. If that's a sign of what today's going to be like, then today's going to be a red drop day. Looks like the NASDAQ, the Qs, the growth VIX are up substantially. The VIX of NASDAQ, XN. GitLab has held well. Yes, is that what you're trying to say, Jack? Put an alert on PSA in case it off while I'm not looking. BBAI is halted to the downside, so that completely failed out. Tilray, same thing, totally failing out, and MOBQ as well. Taking those off my radar, off my high-speed radar. Play's not worth it.
Evan,
Yes.
BKI is running.
Okay. AI. AI, says Rebecca. We'll check out the quality of that. Let's see. Why did it just give that alert? Black Knight develops workflow automation and data analytics software for the mortgage industry. They had a big day yesterday, and this is some follow through, day 2 follow through on BKI. So I'm going to send this over to our alerts. Swing. SST. Oh, okay. That's all retracement though now. The dead cat bounce. There might be something there, but low quality trading. If anybody wants to trade SST, there might be a dead cat bounce with some potential there. That's what you're doing. Good afternoon from England. Hello. Oh, MOBQ is not running. Incorrect. Black Knight is a high growth company, correct, and is a good stock. What's going on with Black Knight might be institutional purchasing. Currently valued at least at 75, and it's at 7. ADN looks like a terrible company. What's the news on it that's causing it to spike today? Let me know, Robert. Provides high temperature proton exchange membranes and HTP-EM based membrane electrode assemblies. Alternative energy. I totally know what that is. Yeah. I think it has something to do with solar, or maybe it's water to energy conversion, or hydro. I don't know, but something to do with chemistry and energy. And they're a very small company, $100 million market cap, and they make about $5 million in revs per year and lose all of it and more consistently. Can somebody tell me what the number one most important fundamental for a business is? Or 2. If you're in the top 3, I'll let you be cool with it. Yeah, profits, correct. Profits. Maybe that's like number 2. What would you say the number 1 is? Maybe it's not a fundamental. Revenue, for sure. There's like the top 3 here are, well, I guess you could say 4, but the top 3 are kind of tied. They're kind of all the same. Profits, revenue. What's the most important thing? There we go. Paul got it. Growth. Growth quarter over quarter and year over year, depending on how cyclical it is. I mean, like, let's say it's Santa Claus's Workshop .com. Obviously, that's going to be highly seasonal. I meant to say seasonal. So, you're not going to see that quarter over quarter growth, but you will see. You can measure whether or not they're growing overall if you do a year over year growth per quarter, so you can see if they're growing overall. Max says Elon Musk. Yeah, the Elon Musk factor. But no, it's not cash. The number 1 factor is profit, EPS. I would probably say growth. Most important. Profit tied and revenues tied. Revenue and EPS, earnings, profit, and growth. It needs all of those. It needs all of those to be a good company. And there's so many good companies to make money on that have those aspects. And why would you spend your life putting your money anywhere else? VIX is going up. SPY is going down. The industrials are going down. The Qs, growth, is going down. It's a broad-based decline. Inflation is going up. Rates are going up. Gold is staying where it's at. So this is not rotation. This is not a rotation day, but it looks like the market is trying to find its bottom in broad terms. And that is what I believe is going to be happening. The growth needs to work its way down, like the Qs is a good indicator for that. It needs to work its way down to a 349 area. Stay there for a week. Fake out and do fake outs and fake downs. Shake out all the short-term investors. Lean it up a little bit. See where we're at. And then leaders will emerge and be ready to run. Really like the relative strength going on PSA. What's the other one? PSTG. These broads. Yeah. Right, SST not even bouncing. So taking that off of the list there. Oh, TCAT and ENSC just broke out, and SAVE. SAVE is definitely moving now. If I can catch some momentum on that starter position. That's a good sign, Dondrell. That we'll be able to swing that later when it breaks its key pivot points. No, I don't think NVIDIA's looking too good, actually. Looking at it. Maybe for the day is what you meant. But anyway, as a swing, it's looking quite weak now.
Apple looking better than NVIDIA. Tesla looking okay. Defensives are doing well today, like Walmart. Walmart is up. Take a look at XLP, consumer staples. Consumer staples are up. So a couple days ago, when I converted to cash, I bought gold, consumer staples, utilities, Walmart, VIX. These are the kind of things you want to do at the tops of the market. Let's take a look at Ding Dong. Oh, that's really funny, Rebecca. Yeah, exactly what I wanted to look at. Did you type that right after I said that's Jinx? For sure. All right, later, Jake. He did it. All right, he's over the finish line. He's over the 1% finish line. He's heading for his 1,200% gains. Yeah, so Ding Dong looking good. It is at 30% gains now. At this point, you hold. Make sure you take out your second profit point at 20% plus, which is now, or if you already did. So take out another 25% now. And then at this point, let's just let it run for a few more days, weeks. Let's see what it can do. DDL. Hang on to your position. We could even buy back in on any kind of a rebasing that goes on. We are up 30% on DDL in 2 days, which is a 14% per day compounding growth. So that's outperforming Tesla. That's outperforming, you name it. That is a top performing position. Make sure you take those profits. That kind of rate of return is not sustainable. What? What? Dancing on to DDL? What? Man, you're gonna have to say that again. I'm sorry, I meant we're hanging on to DDL. Oh yes, absolutely. But you're taking profits. Take 25% profits. Ding dong. Stop on save. It depends on what you're doing with it. Are you day trading it, or are you gonna hold it for a couple days? What are you trying to build here? If it's a swing trade, then a low of day. Yeah, I would go with low of day on this one. Just the way the pattern is, it's not always low of day. That's good. Low of day. Yeah. What did somebody say? What is that symbol, please? DDL, ding dong. It's already off and running though. Getting in when things have already taken off is a disease. Not have a vaccine for it. Have to build up an immunity. Be careful. Wait for another base. Don't enter on runs. Enter on bases, breakouts. Enter on breakouts. Don't worry, they'll make a vaccine for it. I don't think so. I think, it's greed. You can't make a vaccine for greed. Greed will never go away. There'll never be a vaccine for FOMO. Except for enslaving you. Slavery. Slavery is the vaccine for FOMO. Can't do anything if you're enslaved. Probably, Pranchu, probably. But the trade would be on the Qs. All this correction, most of the correction is coming from growth. So you'll get much more ROA on the Qs. I wish I'd take it. Yeah. You have to build up a natural immunity. What software do I use? Thinkorswim and TradingView is what you see here. Trend Spider is another one. Trying to think of the big ones. MarketSmith. No, it's greed. FOMO is greed. But, the experience factor, what I'm saying is that, after enough times, experience teaches you to not do it, right? And so in that sense, it's an immunity you build up to it. Yeah, exactly. Totally. But it is greed. You have to manage your greed. Some people, they just don't have the ability to cap their risks in life. They just fucking do it, and they get ruined, whether that's your health or drugs or alcohol or money, whatever it is, you're a human being. It's natural. It can happen. But, you need to teach yourself how to manage risk. Nobody's really natural at it because finding the line of perfection, a very fine-tuned mechanical process to get there. You're an under risker or an over risker, and finding that line takes technique. It gets you right where you need to be. Right, I believe I'm going to thin out on save as I'm trading that into a core. We'll have some. GitLab's on top of channel distribution day on high volume. Let me just take a look at it. Not completely sure what you're talking about. You mean you're wondering whether you should sell it? Today's not a good looking day for GitLab to buy. What are you trying to figure out? Yeah, definitely. You should sell that. Because GitLab was just, GitLab is not so sure. See, look, it's the end of a down trend. Spike at the end of a downtrend, and it has potential, but it's not as sure as, let's say, something that's been going up and up and up and up and up and up for years. And so it should be thought of as more cash flow. Can you understand what I mean by that? Like the difference between a position wish to hold securely because it's going to grow and grow and grow versus something you're just on a daily or a couple day basis going to try and create some cash with. So you want to be very defensive about your cash flow positions. Those are just short trades. I mean, if GitLab changed its behavior and turned into an A+ behaving position, then that would change. Recognize it, but So far that's anything that goes up 80% in 4 days is only really is still what's the word? Still under scrutiny, and you're still sussing it out. I'm not sure the word I'm looking for there, but you're still got to be sussing it out, and so it's highly suspicious. And so if you're and we didn't get that initial move, we were looking for the second move. So we're hunting for like possibly dead cat bounces or rebreaks. So head carefully on that. From a DA perspective, that line that it broke there, and now it's went into this. That's the sideways channel you're probably talking about. Flag, which is now sideways. I mean, this is a basing pattern, so it will hang out here for a little while. That's fine. We'll set our alerts, and we'll get in if and when it breaks to the upside. Schrodinger's cat, did it bounce or not? Yeah, just observing it bouncing causes you to lose further money. Let me set the alert on there. Okay, I already have an alert on this trend line, see, so now I can move that. Then alert trend line. On candlesticks, what is the top of the body on a up day? On candlesticks, what's the top of the body? Right. And so that's where you want to place your resistance lines. Is at the close. But on a down day, that's not where the close is. So that's why it's a good idea. It can also be a good idea to look at bar charts, because you want to be choosing the close for your resistance and your support lines levels. I've placed that alert based on this close. We went over that. I think we went over that, how to draw better support and resistance and trend lines in a class this last week or the week before. NEXT possibly running hard right now. That's showing a lot of momentum. NEXT provides liquefied natural gas and focuses on supply and trade of natural gas to customers worldwide. Commodity trades like this tend to run nicely. Could be a good day trade / swing trade going on there. What order types do I use? I use high-speed trading system, but it's able to put in pseudo market orders, which are somewhere between limit and market orders. DDL is now up 38%.
what I would like to do right now is check out gas distribution as an industry, look at their leaders, and see who's popping today. Besides next, because there could be a stronger leader out there. We have NFG, ATO. These are all looking good today and potentially breaking out. GS not looking as good, but actually has broken out. Projected volume. NJR not in such a pole position. Spire, SR, that's looking rather good. SWX, not looking good. RGCO, and Northwest Natural, not looking as good. Okay, I'm going to go through that list again, see if I can pull out a winner here. NFG. Got some good upside, a very nice, smooth, constructive chart, NFG. A little bit more higher beta, which can be good. It's very near its price target, however. NFG looks better than that. OGS. Sporadic growth. Yeah, this could be just a commodity trade here. Short term cash flow type trade. Adding to BKI on this strength right now. Getting all out of save for now. Get better setup for the swing trade. I'll get in on that basis, but I started with a day trade to core. That did not work out. S, right, the profit target on that was or that's basically where it's at. OGS and NFG looking pretty good. Check that in a second, Jack.